Welcome, everybody, to WiseTech.com MMA DFS podcast. I'm your host, Jeff, a.k.a. Wigspitter, a.k.a. Wiggy Wiggleston, coming at you with another UFC Fight Night. UFC Fight Night Beijing, Francis Ngannou versus Curtis Blaydes. You can follow me on Twitter at JEFPO. We're going to be doing a free 1-week pass giveaway to the MMA DFS portion of our website. And the rules are going to be in the comments below. You have to like this video. You have to leave your comment with your 3 picks and your 3 picks who's going to win, as well as what you think their potential score will be. That the score will be the tiebreaker, just in case there's multiple ties. So that'll be the tiebreaker. And what we'll do is the one person who is the closest with the most wins and has the closest score will contact you and set up a free pass for you, which is a $5 value, which is pretty cool. Let's get right into the action. I'm going to give you 3 free picks to start your lineup out with. The first one is, for me, it's a no-brainer. I think you have to start your lineup out with Curtis Blaydes. If you're building multiple lineups, I would think you'd have to make sure you have some exposure to Francis Ngannou. But these two guys have fought before. When the first time they fought, Curtis Blaydes was actually making his UFC debut, so there was a lot of probably big lights jitters, so he was probably nervous in there the first, get that adrenaline dump out of the way. Francis Ngannou did win technically by TKO, but it was a doctor stoppage in between rounds. Curtis Blaydes' right eyeball had a huge hematoma that he couldn't see out of. The referee covered his left eye and asked how many fingers did he have, and he couldn't do it. So he tried reaching up and grabbing the doctor's hand, and of course, that's an epic fail. So the doctor stopped it, said he couldn't see out of his right eye. But he did land multiple takedowns in the short first 2 rounds, and I think that's going to be something. His chin held up to Ngannou's punches, so I think that's going to be a tactic that he's going to deploy this time. He's going to probably want to avoid as much as he can the power of Francis Ngannou and just get in nice and close, probably in the clinch, and then work for those takedowns. Probably have heavier top control this time, a little more grappling heavy attack. So I think Curtis Blaydes is a solid play at 8,700. If he lands, let's say, 5-6 takedowns and he's able to get the stop, referee stoppage like he did against Alistair Overeem with those heavy elbows, he split Overeem open like a can of tuna, which is fairly gross. But at 8,700, if he's able to get a second or third round stoppage, or even if it goes 4 or 5 rounds, I mean, he's going to have pretty good output. He's fairly active when it comes to his top control, so he's usually throwing pretty heavy strikes from the top. So I like Curtis Blaydes to start your lineup out with. And the second fighter is Sonken. He does have a little bit of a tougher matchup as well. He's going up against Alex Morono. Morono is a heavy striker. He throws real heavy, wide looping punches. Sonken should have enough movement to stay away from that. And if he's able to stuff the takedowns, because Morono does have aggressive takedowns, if he's able to stuff those takedowns, he should be able to piece them up on the feet. And I think he definitely should pay off his salary at 8,300. And the last fighter we're going to go with is Louis Mocha. Mocha is a guy, he was a UFC fighter, and then he was cut. He had 4 consecutive losses, I believe. He was dealing with alcohol issues. So he got his life straightened out. I believe in an interview with James Lynch, he had mentioned that he has 1 year sober, which is awesome. Anybody who knows people who are dealing with addiction, it's not an easy thing for them to buck. So for him to have a year clean and sober, my hat's off to him, because a lot of people deal with it day to day, and it's one of those things where you have to be able to have mental toughness in order to do that. Now, Smoka's coming into this fight against Sumarji, who Sumarji is a Tibetan fighter, very long, lanky, very swift and athletic on his feet. The biggest hole in his game is he doesn't have, his takedown defense is horrible, but he does have decent pop in his hands. And the only cause for concern that I have for that is in Smoka's last fight, I believe it was a California Extreme Fighting, and he was fighting for the belt at 125. The fighter he was fighting was I want to say it was like Gilbert Estrada or something like that, and his opponent missed weight. He came in at 129, so his opponent was disqualified from winning the belt. In the first round, he tagged Smoka, had him stunned, and then Smoka was able to recover, make it through the first round, and then in the second round, he deployed a grappling heavy attack, and he took his opponent down and just had amazing top control, a solid ground and pound, and it was stopped due to strikes. The guy, to me, I think it was a good stoppage because the guy wasn't necessarily completely defending himself. Plus, he was looking extremely tired. So Smoka's coming in on a 4 or 5 fight win streak. This is his chance to shine back on the big stage. I think he's going to want to capitalize on that. And I like Smoka. Smoka, Sonken, and Curtis Blaydes are 3 guys that you can start your lineup out with. That'll leave you with $8,000 remaining salary for the last 3 fighters, which you should be able to fit some pretty decent guys in there. With that being said, if you're not already a WiseTake.com subscriber, head on over to WiseTake.com. You could pick up an MMA single event pass. It's only $4.99. You'll get access to all the premium articles that I put out, 24/7 chat room that we have on the website, a live stream the day of the event with a question and answer at the end of the show, as well as any type of roster building or contest selection that you may have questions about. I can help you with that. And if you play other sports besides MMA, the most bang for the buck is the best deal for the dollar is the All Sports Monthly Pass. It's $24.99. You'll get access to all the sports that are active right now: NFL, NBA. PGA is still sort of going. NASCAR is still sort of going. College football is getting into playoffs. And, of course, MMA. And then college basketball, we put out content for the Slack users only. The biggest part of the All Sports Monthly Pass is the VIP access to the Slack chat. That is where all of our members, as well as all the experts that we have, are in and out, just giving advice, as well as just interacting with all the subscribers, offering advice or bouncing ideas off of, you could bounce ideas or lineup questions on all the experts throughout the day. Sometimes I'm in there till 3-4 in the morning, West Coast time. So yeah, that's all. That's one of the best parts, is the VIP Slack chat. So if you're listening to us on Podbean or iTunes, leave us those 5-star reviews. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. If you're watching us on Facebook, make sure you hit that like button, hit the share button, tell your friends about us, and don't forget about the giveaway. Pick 3 fighters, leave it in the comment section on YouTube. And then don't forget to put the scores that you think that they're going to score. So we'll use the score as a tiebreaker. So, and you'll get a free 1-week pass to MMA DFS. We have some pretty good pay-per-views coming up throughout the end of the year. So it's going to be a good time to get in and make some money. With that being said, I appreciate you guys taking the time out to listen to me talk about MMA and DFS. It's very humbling with some of the messages I get on Twitter with you guys thanking me. I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, you know, I would have never thought that I'd be in a position where random people are just like thanking me for, you know, just, you know, stuff that I'm passionate about, which is MMA. But I thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you guys in the live stream on Saturday, the day of the event. It's probably going to be early because it is actually it's probably going to be Friday, so that'll be interesting. But I appreciate you guys taking the time out. As always, be safe and make that money.